Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
And we're just a couple of kooky, crazy kids in love that love some Attack on Titan.
Yes, we do. And we are diving into season 4, episodes 23 and 24 today.
Yep. And if you want all of our Attack on Titan reactions, Attack on Titan reactions, then we got a playlist in the description of this video. Also linked to Patreon. You can get early ad-free access to our reactions, get a month ahead, and you can see our full uncut reactions that way. You can see every moment. All right, let's get to it.
Let's do it.
Over here! Come give me a hand!
We'll get you to safety. Everything's gonna be okay, ma'am.
I like the shaking of the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Irene Yeager took my home from me. Everything's gone.
A few houses are a small price to pay.
This man just lost his son. Who knows how many people died when the walls came down? Eren killed them.
That's a plain fact. But we know what would have happened to those people if the Titans hadn't been awakened. The invaders would have exterminated them along with everyone else on this island.
You don't know that for sure.
That's the price of victory.
Honor their sacrifice!
The price of victory.
With things as heated as they are, we could get mobs of civilians clashing in the streets.
Cool. So this is the piece that you brought to your country.
They came from the basement?
Annie.
Mm-hmm. Just chilling in the darkness as one does.
You make a sound.
I snapped.
I slit your throat.
Did she see Eren's daydream too?
Slowly.
Oh!
Who'd have thought the day would come when I'd be the one tossing you around, eh, Annie? I'll transform if you give me a reason. If you can't take me in a fight, there's no way you have the energy to go Titan. Only one way to find out, though, right?
Is everything okay, Drysa? Drysa! Can you hear me?
She's willing to give up her life, but her comrades.
I'm coming in!
I can't believe it took this, like, they kept Annie on ice for this long
Yeah.
to bring her out now. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's just not the way I saw it going. Like, I kept thinking that at some point she would come out like, oh, in season 2 or season 3 and like beginning of season 4. And you thought that the one chick that had the beard was Annie, and
Yep.
she kept like looking at her like, we want Annie, we want Annie. And now we got her. And like right at the end.
Yeah. I mean, the show is so good. Nothing's done by accident. Nothing's
Yeah.
done without forethought and ton of detail going into it. So I'm very curious what that all is going to mean. Because obviously Annie's family is not from Paradise. So like she's gonna have an opinion on all this. If she even knows, to what you said, what's going on. Did she experience the same
I
voice
think so.
as, I mean, I think so too. Because that,
Yeah.
if nothing else, makes it just more plot interesting if she comes out with an agenda,
Yeah.
but with so few episodes left. But you don't know for certain anything because I don't know what happens when they're in the what's it called, the ice bubble,
Yeah,
crystal cocoon thing.
If you want to skip town, I've got no reason to stand in your way. It's nice to imagine not having to see your face or that basement ever again. And for what it's worth, the feeling is mutual. It was torture having to hear you whine about your crap-tasted men.
Ha! She heard the entire thing. She was awake the entire time.
Were you conscious that whole time?
Which means she heard everything Armin said.
Yeah.
When you and Armin were there in the basement, I could hear you talking. Thanks to you, I was pretty much able to keep up with everything that was going on in the outside world. Hearing Eren's voice in my head.
She did hear it.
Is he seriously doing what he said?
Yep, seems to be.
The only meaningful work I've done as a soldier is prying rubble off people and gathering corpses. Can I finally get an answer? Seeing all those lifeless bodies crushed in the name of some grand plan they never knew about. All we were ever praised for was how good we were at killing. We were taught not to distinguish between soldiers and civilians. They were all just the enemy.
The devils.
No matter who we had to kill, we were justified. Armin already told me about the situation you were in. I get it. And a few 100,000 innocent lives is a small price to pay to save the world, right? I never really gave a damn about saving the world. My parents abandoned me when I was born. They left me inside the gates of the internment zone. A foreigner with Eldian blood found me there and took me in. And we ended up in the same place. He wanted to mold me into one of Marley's warriors, use me as his ticket to a better life. He said that becoming a warrior was the reason I was given life.
I got stronger, just like he'd hoped I would. And I paid him back for all the pain he'd caused me in the process. I gave him a limp that'll stay with him for the rest of his life. And yet,
He was so proud.
I don't need to hear your entire life story.
I didn't
I like it.
care about every failed relationship you've had in the past 4 years. It's not gonna kill you to let me talk for a few minutes.
Agreed.
I didn't see the value in any human life, including my own.
What changed? I feel like something changed.
Until that day. The morning we set out, he fell to his knees and started apologizing. Promise me you'll return. He didn't care about securing his place as an honorary Marleyan. I knew that we really were family. That when he looked at me, he saw his daughter. So now, I have a father waiting for me to come home. And I realize that everyone has people who are just as important to them.
Good job.
If it would get me back to my dad, I'd do it all again.
Man. Yeah, the honesty of all that.
I don't think you'll have anything to go back to now but a corpse in the rubble.
I know.
That's so terrifying.
Mm-hmm. Destruction of the world is not far off.
Those island devils were always going to be the death of us in the end.
Please be okay.
It was more than that.
Oh, fuck.
Why won't you listen to us? As we speak, the rumbling has already begun. You really expect me to believe a word out of your hellspawn mouths?
You'll believe it soon enough.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you swine been planning this? Do you honestly think we all could have coordinated that somehow? And how do I know that you didn't? This is beginning to feel like an admission of conspiracy. Get on your knees. Hands behind your heads. Promise me you'll return. That's all I ask.
I promise, Dad.
She's gonna see that he was shot by a gun and not stomped
Yep.
by a Titan.
The Jaegerists are taking over the fort. If they catch you, who knows what they'll do?
There isn't any place for me to go at this point. They're securing the island as we speak. That means finishing off the old regime. They're gonna want me dead.
We'd have been eaten alive if not for you, sir. We won't leave you now.
That's right. No matter what happens next, we'll fight to keep you safe.
Why do you think I rolled over and let a bunch of wimpy tots like you pretend you had the grit to kick my ass? Keep your heads down. Do exactly as the Jaegerists say, so focus on that. Go out and toe the Jaegerist line.
That's the only way.
Live long enough, and you'll get your chance to rebel.
Just like the Jaeger rebel now. And the cycle will continue.
Connie has too much of a lead now. You won't reach Ragako in time. There's nothing you could say if you did catch him. You really plan to ask him to give up on saving his mother. You think that's right?
And even if I am bound to fail, I still have to do everything I possibly can to save Falco. Because if I don't, then Gabi will never come to trust us.
Looks like you, but
Mm-hmm.
If worse comes to worse, we could end up in another struggle for control of the Nine, repeating the wars of the last 2,000 years.
Yep.
But on this tiny little island of ours, he can't go through with this. So yeah, I'll tell Connie that his mom might need to stay a Titan forever.
Armin, any idea what I should do?
Seems likely that Jean could use your help.
So what'll we do about Eren?
How the hell should I know? Who says there's anything we can do? Not only are Hanji and the captain probably dead right now,
we haven't seen them in a while.
Mm-hmm.
there's no point in worrying about Eren. We can't stop him. He's a lost cause. Why can't you understand that? If you were talking to Commander Erfin right now, there's no way he would have snapped at you like that. Captain
wrong.
Levi saved the wrong person. He should have chosen Erfin.
Armin.
Yes, because that one conversation went poorly. That's what you should have done.
It's fascinating that he's holding himself to the standard, though.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Mr. Browse.
I think I'm gonna stick with them. I'll do my best to get them out of here.
Mia, take care, okay? My name isn't actually Mia.
There you go.
It's Gabi. That sounds so weird. Bet you wish your name was Mia. See you, Kaya.
Oh.
Kaya.
Bye.
Yeah, I think I called her Kira. Kaya.
Put the gun down, Flock. Don't kill him.
Fucking flock.
Now these volunteers know what'll happen if they're mouthy. Or make trouble.
All right, people, listen up. 10 months back, I talked to Eren, and he told me all about his plan to protect Eldia. He said to gather up comrades. I did, and with our help, he's been able to secure our island's future. What's more, you're about to lose your homelands. The whole world will soon be flattened in great smoldering footprints.
Sounds so happy about that.
Join us and we'll welcome you as full citizens of the new Eldian Empire. Who the hell do you think you are? I'll die before I mount the lights up!
Yep.
Refuse to submit no matter what. To him, dignity was worth dying for. You should just give in.
Yeah, we know you have no
Is
dignity.
anything really worse than ending up like this?
It might be for some.
Mm-hmm.
Lock him up.
Yes, sir.
Wait, what's going on here? Jean, what just happened?
Oh, Jean.
I'm taking action on Aaron's behalf. 4 years ago, all of us went through hell. But now, after suffering through so much, we finally earned our reward. Can you still not see it yourself? We're finally free. You don't have any obligation to fight anymore. You can live as you please now, Sean. You wanted to live the good life in the interior as an MP, right? Then go do it. You're one of Eldia's heroes. You can simply go back to being the old Sean. Be as annoying, selfish, and arrogant as you please.
Well, that's kind of rude.
Yeah. Doesn't have to fight, but now he wants to fight.
Do you know what happened to Captain Levi and Commander Hanji?
Unfortunately, they were killed by Zeke.
Did you say unfortunately or fortunately?
If I said unfortunately.
I hope so.
Become a great soldier, okay, Connie? You'll be everyone's protector.
Dad, Sonny, and Martin are gone, but Mom still has a chance. Just wait a little bit longer, Mom.
Thanks so much, Connie. You've really gone out of your way for me. I'm grateful. I'm lucky I was found by such a good person.
Oh.
Still, if he doesn't know me, then maybe that's just my imagination.
What's gonna happen when his memory comes back?
It seems likely that the airships are withdrawing to Marley. I guess once they saw the rumbling start, they panicked and decided to save themselves, leaving the rest of us for dead.
No.
Hey, platypus.
Can these Titans be stopped?
No. But still, we'll struggle against the
Hanji!
inevitable for as long as we can.
Excuse me. No need to eat me, okay? I'm not a threat. I didn't even bring any weapons. Oh, wondering who I've got over there? He's not a threat either. Honest.
He's alive,
just
though.
a poor bastard who refuses to die.
Yes! Yes! Oh, hell yeah. Come on, Levi.
Levi
Come
can't
on,
die.
Levi. Come on, baby. Ah.
My question, God, I'm so glad we saw Levi, but I'm also like, dude, when he wakes up, so much has happened
Yeah.
in that time since he's been knocked out or nearly dead or whatever. So much has happened, and I am so curious what his take on all of it's going to be and what his move is going to be, assuming that he'll be physically capable of making one.
Yeah. I'm just curious on what John's going to say to Flock as far as, his response to, you don't have to fight anymore. You can go back to being a selfish prick who only cares about himself. And the funny thing is that, like, Flock didn't see that as an insult. I think he was trying to, like, insult him at all.
Nope.
Because I don't think Flock thinks highly of himself. I just don't, like, he knows, he's talked about how the fact that he's a coward and, like, kind of a piece of shit. And he leans into that. But so I want to see, like, John being like, okay, I don't have to fight, but, I want to fight. Like, I never had to fight. I could have gone into the MPs, but I chose this. He chose to get inspired and to fight alongside his fellow classmates, and because he believed he was fighting for the survival of his people. But now, like, if you think you've expanded it and your people could be all people, then you got to fight for that as well. I don't know if he's gonna get, like, to that point, like, you said, like, no kumbaya, like, okay, we are all one people, and, like, there's no more fighting ever. But we've already seen Aaron's whole idea of, oh, once you kill all your enemies, then, like, we'll finally be free. Okay, yeah, but, like, I guess he never wanted peace. He just said free. So I guess in a way, okay, you can get out of the island more and guess roam the world, but, like, I don't know. There's already infighting going on as far as, like, Aaron's right, Aaron's wrong, and people, like, at each other's throats are getting riot gear.
Oh, God. Multiple thoughts.
I know, where to start? I don't even know. Like, I was just bouncing all over the place.
No, but you said some great stuff that I wanted to piggyback off of. One was with John and Flock. It was very interesting to me that Flock, even pretending that he hadn't just insulted John to his face.
Yeah.
The idea of, like, hey, despite everything that's happened, you can just go back to the before time.
There's no
going back. And Jean has done a ton of growing up. Like, in taking down the pure Titans, it was Jean who stepped up and led everybody to do that. I'm not saying that he wanted to be in that position or that he found it fun to do that mission, but But the fact of the matter is he's grown enough that he stepped up, knew what needed to get done, and got the job done. He wanted to sacrifice Falco for Pixis to eat. But he's the one who faced off with Armin and Mikasa and the others to go and wipe out Pixis and the others who had turned into pure Titans. Like, he has grown into somebody who thinks of others, makes the hard choices, has a ton of strength and courage. So to be like, hey, I just want to go back to before. Like, Flock, maybe you haven't grown up since you were like 5 years old, but the rest of the world kind of has, you know? And just the, I don't know what the right word is, but just the lack of any kind of awareness to even think that that's a viable offer or an attractive offer. It kind of blew my mind. And then when it came to the infighting, I'm so glad they showed that as well, because they didn't spend a ton of time on it. They didn't like lean into that being a core of the story to move things along, but like they showed the world and how here on Paradise, people will be people. They'll have their own opinions and their own thoughts, and they're gonna make different choices. They're gonna have a difference of opinion, and so to show that and be like, yeah, see, no matter what Eren thinks he's doing, it's not what he's doing. It's not going to work. It's not going to bring about this permanent, like, kumbaya of everything. And even if the people of Paradise decide that they want to go and spread out around the rest of the world, guess what? They're going to create different groups with different ideologies that are then going to want to fight the other groups. I mean, because that's human nature. Sad but true. That's what we tend to do, as history shows us over and over again.
Yeah, and just, I mean, the sacrifices that Eren made, like, as far as killing, he's like, I do this to protect people of Paradise, but then all the people that died from the rumbling, and it's like, again, to take part of a plan that they had no say in. So it's just like they're trading one king for another, someone else that thinks that they know what's best for everybody, for somebody else. Like, he thought he knew what's best for everyone by like wiping their memories and like keeping the threat of the Titans and everything. And Iron's like, okay, well, no, we're just gonna eliminate the threat. And, you know, people are gonna die, sure, but, you know, my friends are safe, so that's okay. That's all that really matters. But Annie's whole backstory and discussion, I really appreciate it because, one, she talked about how she thinks she's beyond redemption and she's not gonna like ask for forgiveness, and she doesn't think that, like, you know, what she does was justified by any means. But I like also that she said, I'd do it all again because it's like to get back to the person, you know, to the one person in my life that's family to me. And the fact that, you know, her family, far from perfect, but that there was actual, like, just to feel and see actual love and like just how powerful that can be. Yeah, I just thought that her whole story was just very, I don't know, believable and something that I didn't expect, I guess.
Yeah, we'd seen glimpses of her training and like, you know, flashback moments, but never had the full story until now. One of the things that it just kind of highlighted for me was how oppressive societies and cruel societies kind of just create more monsters. Yeah. Because when you think of it, this guy took this baby in to be his meal ticket to survival by becoming an honorary Marleyan and making her a warrior. And like, you know, if you were to say like, oh, well, somebody's raising a kid just to be their cash cow meal ticket so that they can have a better life, that sounds hideous. But in a society where people are persecuted and murdered, you know, very casually for who they are or a certain belief they hold, it now doesn't sound so terrible when you're like, I freaking need to survive. And how can I do that? Okay, my only option is, this thing showed up on my doorstep. It's a gift. Okay, I can survive now if I can train them and get them to like, and sure, like Annie might survive too for a while as an honorary Marleyan before, you know, her 13 years are up. So you can do all sorts of justifying in your head about what you're doing. Cause like, oh, she'll benefit from it too. And I'll survive, you know, but then like actually sending her off to do it, suddenly it wasn't about his own survival. Suddenly his humanity came just crashing in. It's like, no, come back. Because I actually do really care about you. And I didn't really think about it until you were going off. But now I've thought about it and I don't want you to go and like, please come back. So I loved that because it showed he's not a terrible person. But the desire to survive and the fear of this terrible, oppressive world that they were in, he was going to raise someone not for any good altruistic desire to raise someone, but simply to try and cash in on survival.
Yeah, I mean, what this show has done a lot is like, so we've seen how once you start to get to know somebody and see them as a person instead of like, you know, a thing, whether that thing is an enemy, you know, the devil, you can go from hate to like, I don't know, even liking one another or acceptance or whatever you want to say that happened between Gabi and not Kira.
Kaya. I kept calling her Kira in the last talkback, so just know when I was talking before I meant Kaya.
But it also can change like indifference because just viewed Annie as a thing. You know, this is just like, didn't know that baby. It's just a baby. It's just a thing. This is like you said. It's a ticket out of here. It's a ticket for a better life. But then I think he meant to do it, but like, you know, just eventually getting to know Annie and spending all that time with Annie, like seeing her more as like than just like the thing that's going to help him change his life versus like, okay, now this is like an actual person. I've seen this person's personality. Now I like, have I met this person and like I understand their personality and I've seen them do good in the world or like, you know, do something selfless. It's like, I've seen them grow from baby all the way up to like a human being. Not that babies aren't like human beings, but to like, you know, like a real person. Yeah. So it's just another example of just how important it is to get to know people before you, I don't know, just like how getting to know someone can just change your perception on everything.
I also love the ripple effect that story showed because Annie said like, I didn't care about anything.
Yeah.
Didn't think any life had value, even my own. Like, she sounds so disconnected and like sounds sociopathic to be like, anyone can die, anything can happen, I can die, it doesn't matter, nothing matters. But when he finally showed that he cared about her, then she finally allowed herself to care. You know, from a baby, she'd been raised as just a thing, a tool. And so, you know, I think it's very, very human when we don't feel love, when we don't when we've been hurt, to kind of like shut down, disconnect, and pull away as a defense mechanism. We want it doesn't feel good. We want to protect ourselves. We don't want to feel that again. So we pull away. But that doesn't ultimately like make us happy. Being disconnected from the world, not caring about anything, you know, thinking nothing has value. And so Annie was functional, but she wasn't happy. You know, now she's like, I've got someone to go back to. And I'm not saying that that's going to make her happy per se, especially because, you know, it seems like he might not have met with a good fate potentially. But the point is like, she feels alive, you know, in some way that somebody who doesn't care about anything never really could feel that.
Yeah.
And that's where like the good stuff is in life. I get it, not in this world right now in this moment, because there's a lot of bad stuff going on. But ultimately, if Annie can connect with people and if she can care and if she can receive that in return, I think she will be happier and it's gonna make an impact on her a lot better than just like being somebody's tool to a better life.
Yeah, we've talked about this like in less extreme examples, but just how you never know how showing a kindness towards someone can really affect them, you know, change their mood, you know, make their day, get them out of a funk. But like, you know, just the act of like someone like finally experiencing love can just change someone that you thought, like you said, like was sociopathic and had like no care about the world. It's because they didn't, it's because they didn't have love in their life. It sounds so freaking cheesy, but yeah, I love that message that Attack on Titan, this show about Titans eating people that start off as like a horror, is showing. So that's one of the reasons the show is great.
And I think, you know, when we talked about how like, oh, don't judge people because you don't know, like we make snap decisions on judging people. And we talked about that before in like sort of the negative sense and how Attack on Titan is basically showing like you never know what someone's life has been like that has led them to that moment. I think the other thing is true in terms of like, we don't tend to think of the ripple effect that we can have for positive.
Yeah.
And I know for me personally, my default assumption is like, oh, this person doesn't want to talk to me or this person's too busy to connect. Like my default assumptions tend to be like, I'm not special, so why would anybody really kind of like look for that or care about that or whatnot right now, like what I might think or say or whatnot. And one of the things I was reading in an article the other day was talking about how like there is an epidemic of loneliness and disconnection kind of in the world right now. And sort of everybody's thinking, well, this person doesn't really want to hear from me. I'm just going to mess up their day. Like they're too busy. Like they've got things going on. I won't text. I won't reach out because they don't care what I'm thinking about right now or what I'm doing. Like it's silly. Like you judge yourself in that way. And yet the other person's probably having the same thought and like what a difference it can make to reach out to somebody, you know, and if they are too busy, they can say, hey, I'm too busy. We'll respond later. But like now they know that you're thinking about them. And that just that simple act can have like a very positive ripple, one for them, but then also when they reciprocate it back to you, when they have the time, like for you too, in that connection. So it's twofold on the not judging things. Like I think we tend to undervalue the potential positive impact we can have in our lives or assume that it's not necessarily sought for or like welcomed, and yet it can be.
Well said. All right, moving on to the next episode. 24.
Yeah.
Pride.
Oliver, you okay?
Goes before the fall.
Oh shit.
Oh, Jesus.
All the way back to here.
That's it. The last of our pursuers, Levi.
Oh, okay. I thought something like.
Everyone got
Yeah.
to Titans. You're the only one who survived.
Damn.
Likely for the same reason you lived through a Thunderspear blast at point-blank range. You Ackermans aren't built like the rest of us.
Look like mojito.
Yeah.
There's no way the two of us can stop Zeke by ourselves. It's up to Armin and Commander Pixis now. Aaron might be planning to turn on Zeke and hijack the Founder. But thanks to Zeke's tainted wine, the Jaegerists would retain control of the island. Or maybe you and I can just camp out here in the sticks forever. Right, Levi?
He wouldn't. How can he not see that? Levi!
What happened? Where is that hairy sack of shit?
No need to get up. Zeke's long gone. The Jaegerists found him after hearing the explosion. How did he break free?
It was my fault. If he tried to break his restraints, I didn't think he'd do it.
Worrying about it won't help us now. We can't do anything but...
Run and hide. What'll that get us?
Fair question. You must have been lying there listening to me talk to myself for a while.
Gonna pull me around with a horse? Yeah, that sounds like you. There's no way in hell you're gonna be staying out of the action.
That's right. You know me far too well. Can't help myself.
My goal is to take Zeke's head. Looks like our interests are aligned.
Levi Acker, the man who went toe-to-toe with one of the 9 all on his own.
Not just went toe to toe, kicked his ass.
Shoot me or hear me out. The choice is yours.
What have you got to lose, dude?
Well, hell, I can always shoot you later.
Exactly.
Let's give ourselves the best possible chance. Our only option now is to join forces. So what do you say?
Yeah.
All right.
Good speech, Hanji.
Wait, are we allowed to see opening credits now?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I think we just couldn't see, like, because it shows the rumbling. So, it's a pretty big giveaway.
That is, yeah, a big giveaway for
Yeah.
sure.
The final season. I like to cut away from Zeke as a kid throwing it to him as the Beast Titan throwing it.
Yep.
Opening theme, the rumbling. Ha! Okay.
Another giveaway.
Yeah. Huge giveaway, just in case you missed the
giant
previous
Titan.
images. Back in the good old days. Where is her scarf?
I think Blondie took it.
Yeah.
It was interesting when they talked about how, like, now they are the devils that the rest of the world always feared. It's also shows, like, that self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yep.
Like, they created the very thing that they feared.
Yep. Can't stop. Gotta catch up.
I still don't know how I'll actually get Mom to eat Falco. Just force him into her mouth? But if he gets hurt in the process and figures out he can turn Titan, then that's it. I can't screw it up. I need to come up with a plan. A real one. He's such a good kid. He's camping out here in the woods without a single complaint, and he has every reason to doubt me, but he trusts me.
Sasha, would you have understood what I'm about to do?
Understanding and approving are two different things.
Exactly. I was about to say the same thing.
Is this Ragako Village?
You've heard of it before?
Yeah, he was here earlier.
'Cause you mentioned it. I accidentally heard you talking to yourself last night. And that name, Sasha, you've known exactly who I was, yet you acted like you didn't until you'd gotten me out here. Why do all this? Why would you go to that much effort? For revenge?
Hardly.
Soldiers get killed in the heat of battle.
Is he gonna explain this is my mom?
It's been lying here for years.
And why show me? What are you gonna do with me now?
Yeah, I guess I never mentioned that. Think you could help me brush its teeth? It's a pretty rare opportunity. Wouldn't want to pass it up.
Okay, this is one method.
We're gonna have to climb up onto that rafter for a better angle. The ladder is solid.
And then I'm just gonna knock you in.
Falco! Get away from him now!
Gobby?
He brought you out here because he wants to feed you to that site!
Please stop! Don't do it, Connie! Get back! Don't come any closer! You're gonna say I should give up on saving my mom, because his life is more important than hers. And you're smart, so you might be right, but I'm way too much of an idiot to care!
He's innocent! Let him go!
Gobby, please forgive Connie for this, okay?
Is he gonna kill his mom? Oh, he's gonna sacrifice himself!
No.
Wait, what are you doing up there?
I'll just let my actions speak instead.
Oh my god, Armin. He knew Connie was still in there. It's the same thing. You just won't sacrifice him because you know, Armin.
If I hadn't saved you, what were you gonna do?
Make your mom human again.
You also would have made her into the inheritor of the Colossal. There would have been nothing ahead of her but more pain.
Seemed like a good job. You give her 13 more years, I guess, but...
My friend almost died trying to stop me from murdering a kid.
It's a good
Guess that's
friend.
the kind of soldier I turned out to be. Pathetic.
I'll never come close to filling the commander's shoes.
Are you kidding me? What you just did, dude?
He's so hard on himself.
Yeah.
Look, Armin, I want to try and become the kind of soldier my mom would be proud of. So let's do it. There's a whole world of people that need saving right now.
Titan observation zone.
I'm glad to see you. Have you been looking because you were worried I didn't make it?
The scarf.
Or is it because you wanted your scarf back?
I was pretty sure you'd have it.
I'm sorry for taking it. I felt like maybe it could bring me a bit closer to you. There's shrapnel from a thunder spear deep in my stomach. The doctors can't get it out. We spoke before. Just a short conversation when I was bringing his food. We were talking about you. When the scarf came up, he said he wanted to throw it out. If it was just gonna get tossed, I figured it wouldn't hurt anything if I...
Give it back.
I became a soldier because I admired you. And I'll die with no regrets and gave my life to the cause.
It'll be nice to have a little bit of quiet again. To me, it sounds like the bells of freedom.
At this moment, we're finally free! Thanks to our liberator, Eren, and all the efforts of my fellow Jaegerists, our people have achieved victory!
Are you gonna join them and start calling the shots?
Think I'll pass on that.
Guess whatever you're worried about doesn't really bother Sean.
I'm not so sure about that.
I think we should go and get Rhina as soon as possible.
Celebrating genocide of the world.
Are we sure taking this detour was a good idea?
We were gonna have to eat eventually, right? So you think it's true, Armin?
And there's no reason to think that wouldn't include Annie's... Annie? Huh?
Look at that! Annie was stuffing her face with pie!
Yeah, but she hasn't had a bite in 4 years.
Sorry, the line for pie was ridiculous. Right, never mind then.
Oh.
I happened to cross Armin and Connie.
Poor Hitch.
And I decided it was best if I joined them. Thank you for keeping me company these past 4 years. Sincerely, your gloomy roommate.
Your gloomy roommates.
Jeez, Annie. You expect me to eat this whole pie by myself?
We are gathered here for the execution of these 2 volunteers. They've both admitted to opposing the Eldian Empire, and in removing these disloyal elements from...
Sean gonna kill Flock.
Maybe.
This criminal is Yelena. She took up arms and opposed Marley. She lived among us and fought at our side. Her loyalty was to Zeke and Zeke alone. She sought to turn the Founder's power against us and wipe the Eldian people from the earth.
She was nothing but another filthy Marleyan from the start.
Nonetheless, this criminal served as Zeke's puppet every step of the way.
Like you're serving as Eren's puppet.
Do it! Put her down!
It isn't time yet! This criminal is Onyankopon. He used to be a steadfast ally of Eldia. And he had no knowledge of Zeke's euthanization plan. When offered the privilege of citizenship in the reborn Eldian Empire, he claimed he would rather die.
I joined up with the volunteers because I wanted to liberate my own homeland from Marleyan rule. And yes, I wanted to help your people as well. But how are you repaying my help now that you've won? Aaron's gonna kill everybody I care for. And I get to live out my life here with your sad little gang of xenophobic shitheads? Everybody on this island had their lives turned upside down by sudden acts of indiscriminate mass murder. So how is it that a single one of you understands? Talk some sense into him, John.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Good job.
Pulled right.
Oh!
No, Sean!
No, they're not trying to eat him. They're just trying to protect him and carry him away.
Someone find Mikasa. She can take out the cart. Alta, where's Mikasa?
She's not on your side, dipshit.
He said he'd signal us with 4 gunshots. Jean must be ready to kick off the next phase.
Thank God. Way to go, Jean.
Mm-hmm.
What are we gonna do now, Armin?
No choice but to keep moving. Faster, Mikasa!
That's the last damn time I get in a Titan's mouth.
Don't you ever brush your teeth?
You shouldn't ask such things. I'm a lady, remember?
Now you're on our side. When'd you join up with Marley?
It was last night.
But why'd you do it? I don't get it. You could have had a life of luxury.
Why didn't you do it?
Mm-hmm.
You're right. If I had any sense at all, I'd be sitting in my room with my ears plugged right now.
But you would have done that from the beginning.
Then that burning pile of bones would have haunted me for the rest of my life.
I have no idea what you're talking about. But you have my thanks.
Why me? We needed to borrow the cart's power to make this plan work. You were just part of the deal.
Yeah.
For some reason, they insisted that we take you alive.
Dad?
Wake up.
Annie?
Stop feeling sorry for yourself.
We're all on the same side now.
There's not much time. Let's go.
Go where?
To end this and save the world.
Hell
Sure.
yeah!
Just that.
That was a pretty great shot of them at the end too, like looking up the hero angle, and like as they pan up, Connie like, yeah, I'm gonna end this thing and save the world.
Yeah. I mean, just there's been like a lot of dark stuff naturally. So like just getting that felt so good. I was genuinely scared that John was gonna die. You put it together much faster than I did, that like this was all part of a big plot. Like I didn't think Jean was really with the Marleyans. I just didn't give enough credit that they had orchestrated this whole thing in so short of a time, especially since like in my brain I'm like, well, Mikasa and Jean are over here, and like Hanji and Levi are over there, and like everybody's so spread out, and like how could they possibly have come together to make this happen?
They did a great job though too, because like not only do you hear the gunshot and you don't see, and they cut away, right? You hear 4 gunshots. You're like, oh my gosh! Not only has Jean gone over to the dark side and like killed this guy, he like fucking put 3 more in him after putting 1 in his head.
And see, I was taking a different interpretation. I was like, it's 4 because Jean hasn't gone to the dark side. He shot Flock, and then he's just shooting other people, knowing that it's like a kamikaze mission. And he's like, I'm gonna die anyway, but at least I'm taking out as many people with me as I can.
Ah, yeah. Like no, it's like got to that point for a reason. And I kept waiting for something to happen, and when it did, I was like, oh no, maybe I was wrong. Like I can't believe John did that. And then it cuts to 4 in the ground. Okay, now what's gonna happen? So just great unfolding that whole the plot right there. The plot of that Sean and them had created. He's like, where's Mikasa? Oh, it's like Mikasa was never with you, you little fucking turd.
I also find it so fascinating that Flock, and this probably goes in great part with his cowardice, that the worst thing that he can imagine is death.
Yeah.
So like as he's offering people like, oh, you all you have to do is this and you can live. Like, is this really something worth dying for? It just kind of shows you how much he doesn't really believe in anything, because there's nothing in his mind that is worth making the ultimate sacrifice. The loss of life is just the worst thing that he can imagine not living in an Eldian empire of oppressive rule and retribution from people who feel like they have a right to do that.
Mm-hmm. And the guy that John was about to shoot, good job on him, like holding up the mirror to everybody there, and just, you guys are becoming and like are the exact thing that you hate. Oh, they just wanted to kill us because we're Eldian, so we're gonna kill them because they're Marleyan. And and just like so that was great. Also liked the scene with Mikasa and the girl that like she had saved, like had her scarf. Eren being like saying throw it away. I mean, still I keep thinking about like he's like, oh, I'm trying to do this like to save my friends. Still can't get over the horrible things he said to Mikasa and like how I've always hated you. Ugh.
Yeah, I haven't reconciled that in my brain. I still can't make sense of that specifically, because to me it feels like he didn't need to go that far and be that cruel. I've yet to learn any one thing that tells me like, oh, that was justified, not because he meant it, but strategically because of X, Y, and Z. Like nothing to me is justifying it at this point. So I'll be curious to see when Mikasa and Eren come face to face again, how that plays out. Also, because that scene with Mikasa and the blonde girl, it was so interesting to watch that unfold. Is like, Blondie in the bed dying is dying because she was aspiring to be Mikasa and following Mikasa's footsteps, and just the absolute hero worship that she is that she's communicating, and how like, oh, Eren's building this empire for us. I wish I'd be around to see it. And Mikasa just walks away. And you can see that it's just, there's so much complex emotions for her in that, because I think the hero worship for her is probably uncomfortable. This girl, like, kind of believing in what Eren is doing because she's naive and doesn't fully understand exactly what's going on, and like all the intricate details of Eren at this moment, and sort of like what's passed between Mikasa and Eren and the symbolism of the scarf. Like, there's just so much there that she doesn't know. And I couldn't help but think, man, it's got to feel very cold for her to be pouring her heart out while she's dying to her hero and all this hero worship. And her hero just like takes the scarf and walks away. That's got to feel really cold. But at the same time, for Mikasa, just kind of thinking of all of the stuff that she's hearing and the filters through which she's hearing it because of the experience she's had, it's got to be really tough to hear all those things too.
Made me think though, like, because the founding Titan power or whatever doesn't work on Ackermans, I feel like it's either got to be Levi or Mikasa that kills Eren.
I think it has to be Levi, because Mikasa, if the Ackerman power is exactly as Eren said it was, then Mikasa can't harm Eren.
I don't know that it is that way, but it also makes more sense for Levi, because like from the beginning he said that like that he'd always be able to take care of Eren and kill Eren should Eren like step out of line.
I think he stepped.
Yeah, so I think he stepped out of line. And Levi's alive. I'm just like, yeah. So I don't know, just something I'm filing away for later. But Armin continues to be just, I don't know, I think probably the best person in the show. Always willing to make the hard sacrifice. Like, you want to talk about someone, like, you want to talk about love, you want to talk about doing anything for the people you care about. That's it. Armin getting steamed alive.
Oh God, yeah.
For the people that he loves and care about, to like, because like that's the only way to win that. Not wanting Connie to have to deal with the repercussions and the guilt and everything of killing an innocent kid to save his mom, but knowing that there's no talking him out of that. Because how do you talk someone out of like, oh yeah, you don't save your mom's life, so you know what? I'm gonna save her life for you, and I'm willing to sacrifice myself. That's love to me more than what Eren is doing.
It's not just love, but it's also leadership.
Yeah.
It is the kind of leadership that I personally really admire, and that like that's the kind of leader that I would follow to the ends of the earth, is someone like that. Because I think a lot of leaders, whether it's like in a small workplace environment or if it's like of a country, very easily make the decision to sacrifice others.
Yeah.
Sacrifice their time, their work, in instances of war, their lives, and that's okay to them. But like for Armin, I think it would be harder for him to sacrifice Falco than to sacrifice himself. It would be harder for him to watch Connie kill a kid than it would be for him to jump down the throat of his mom. And it was also a very intelligent and strategic way to put things in perspective for Connie. Like, it's not a stranger now who's going to die. Now it's somebody you care about. Like, how does that feel? How does that change the dynamic of this decision? But I also think that's Armin. Like, he would sooner, for the people he loved, sacrifice himself than sacrifice others, which is fundamentally different from Eren, who is going on a genocidal rampage around the world, sacrificing everybody else for his, you know. And to me, that, like, Armin in this episode in particular was so hard on himself for not living up to what Erwin would do. And if Erwin were here, Erwin would be better and all that. Armin is the best leader, in my opinion. And I thought Erwin was a damn good leader. Don't get me wrong. Like,
Erwin was great.
He was fantastic. He made hard choices. He was willing to sacrifice, but he also stood on the front lines.
Yep.
Armin is the one who would rather save everyone from the front lines. And if he could go there himself, he would do it.
Yep.
If he could make the one play that would save everybody, he would do that if it meant killing himself. So for me, like, Erwin, in terms of leadership, is like a really close second to Armin, but Armin takes the top spot for this reason.
I think the difference is Erwin doesn't matter if I die or how many other people die as long as we win. Armin, it doesn't matter if we lose as long as we're able to save as many people as possible. Like,
yeah, to Armin, it matters how you win. It's not just winning no matter what. It's we need to win, but also it's how we win.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, more like staying true to, you know, yeah, just like valuing life more than Erwin does. And even if it means, yeah, even if it's not like the best strategically to do that. And like, I agree. To me, like, that's the better way to lead. And, you know, again, say it's Pollyanna and, you know, that's not the way it works in the real world, but kind of more with Armin, better to lose that way than to win at any cost, which is kind of what Eren's doing.
Yeah, you bring up a good point. Like, you do get kind of told it's Pollyanna, or like it only happens in the Hollywood pictures, or all those kind of things. But I kind of want to push back on that a bit. You know, I think it's like, well, what's the motivation of people who say those kinds of things? It's sort of like how people are saying right now that, like, it's like empathy's a problem.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I think the people who say empathy's a problem are the people who want you to be like Gabby. They have an agenda. You know, empathy's not a problem. Empathy helps the world. Just like I think like that kind of leadership helps the world. And when people are like, that's naive, or you have to be able to murder and whatnot, I'm going to push back on that and be like, no, I don't think you do.
And I think it helps people justify their actions. It's like, this is just the way the world is.
Exactly.
I'm not a terrible person.
It's the world is
the
terrible.
things, yeah, the things that I do aren't terrible. So this is just the way that works. Like, you either, you know, step on people or you get stepped on. So yeah, and that is not a universal truth. That is not, you know, one of the laws of nature.
Yeah.
It's not gravity. That is not. Yeah. So Armin just continues to impress as this goes on, and yeah, really loving his character.
I look forward to when he can get even the smallest sense of himself that we see of him.
Yeah.
Because he's not lacking confidence so much so that he's paralyzed. You know, I think in the past he's lacked confidence in a way that's maybe been debilitating to him being able to get things done or move forward. I think he's gotten beyond that, but it's still so clear he has a lack of confidence or a lack of understanding his own value, because when he was going to jump in Connie's mom's throat, while there is a leadership element to that I love from like a strategic point of view, as Connie said, like, you were going to give her the Colossal. Like, Armin is a huge asset to like this side of the war. And that's beyond his Titan power. That's also his intelligence.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason he survived and was given the Titan serum to survive. And I think that's something he doesn't realize. I think to him, it should have been Erwin, and he's constantly got to make up for it, versus realizing, Armin, you are a great choice. You should have survived. And like, you can own that now, rather than feeling like it's something you have to constantly make up for.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since we saw Eren. And I am curious to check in on him. I'm sure that we will, don't get me wrong, but like, it's been a couple of episodes. I'm like, I kind of want to see what's going on with him now.
Agreed. Let us know your thoughts about these episodes down below in the comments. And if you want early ad-free access, you want to get a month ahead, go ahead and check out our Patreon. Links in the description of the video. You can see every moment that way. And yeah, you can also get early access here on YouTube. Hit the join button if you're interested. You'll get early access. Won't be ad-free. You won't see the full uncut reactions, but you'll still get a month ahead. Thanks for watching Attack on Titan with us, but just keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.